Okay, in this video we are going to make a decal material that we can then use within the scene. This caustic is actually using a decal material with a caustic material applied to it. For this one I'm going to use a demonstration of a graffiti to showcase this. So to begin with, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a decal material, and again I'm making this a master material so that I can instance it and use it over and over again. So right click material, I'm going to call this decal new. I would call it decal master because it is a master one, but I've already got it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in two of my textures. So I've got an alpha and a color. The roughness and the metal is going to be controlled with just a scalar parameter, and that's everything that we need. If there was something else, there might be a null map to pop it from the wall a little bit. But for this, there's just two textures. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag those into my area here. That's my alpha mask, and this is my texture. And this is not set up properly, so we do need to set up this material. So if we click anywhere empty and go to surface defer decal, now it's going to give you an error, but we're going to fix that now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go turn this into translucent. And then what we're going to do is this. So I'm going to plug this into base, plug this into opacity, and then I'm just going to right click convert textures to convert to parameter. We call this decal color. I'm going to call this one decal alpha, and that's those. And then I'm going to hold S and left click, and then I'm going to call this roughness. Actually, I'm going to call it metal, and then the next one I'm going to call roughness. Okay, I'm just going to plug these in. I'm going to change the default value to this to 1. Because I don't want any roughness on this at the moment. It would be quite thingy. And then click apply and save. Let me just double check. I think that's everything. All of this is right. Yes. Yep. Cool. Right. So once that's the case, I can then add a new decal. So if you go up to here and click in decal, search decal, and then what you can do is grab the material. So I've instanced it, so right click, create a material instance, and then drag this onto here, and there you go. And you can play around with the size of this. If it's locked, it will play around. You can play around with the actual decal size itself, and also as well you can play around with the order. So if you had two of these, this might not be a good example, but you wanted that one behind, you could change the order in which it's rendered by going 1 and 0. I think if we put this one to 1, it's really hard to see, but that would basically bring it to the top of the stack. So yeah. Also as well, like if you say you didn't want this decal to render over something, so say you didn't want it to render over this one, say this was an item in front of it, you can actually select that mesh and go to type in decal, and you can untick that, and that mesh won't receive the decal anymore. So that's one way of hiding that decal if it's going over multiple meshes and that sort of thing. And yeah, Megascans has got a whole library of graffiti and decals that you could use. So you got leaves, broken tiles, and these are probably going to have normal maps associated with them, but the graffiti doesn't. So feel free to go on there and have a look, or make your own as well. Making your own is quite easy inside of Photoshop. Just grab some graffiti that you like and create an alpha for it, and then you can bring that in. But yeah, so thanks for listening.